Okay. Hello, people. Okay, no, I'm laughing because Tiger mentioned Prince, and I thought about Prince at the Grammys, and there was a meme that said Prince showed up at the Grammys like the audience who thinks she's better than everybody at the family reunion. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Panelists.com podcast with the Glaminati. I am your host, pop culture extraordinaire Teonny Spears. I'm also a writer for Panelists.com, and today we have with me the Glaminati themselves, Tygerlily from TygerlilyRocks.com, fashion connoisseur. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Girl, I'm just wonderful. And we also have the owner of Panelists.com, the media mogul himself, JaVonni Brustow. Hello there, sir.
Hi. In honor of Missy Elliott's return to the music industry, ching, ching, getting paid over here. Thursday, baby, get it over here. Thursday, over
here. Wow.
I was not expecting that.
I was not either.
That is so random. That isn't even like the first Missy Elliott song that I would even think of.
You know what? That is just him being so excited to get rid of dead weight.
I know that's right.
Have his moment.
Okay. You want to sing some more of that song before we go into the stuff?
I think that's all I remember, actually.
That's all I remember, too. Oh, I really don't remember that. I don't even remember what album that is from. Like,
I think it was just a single, 2008. There was no album.
Oh, this is when she was going to make an album. Okay.
Yeah, because I just have it as a mixtape type thing on my iPod.
Okay, I got it. All right,
that's the one with Jay-Z and Sierra, right?
I don't remember anyone else having any parts, but then again, I don't remember anything beyond the chorus.
Jay-Z and Sierra want a remix?
Yes, I must play that for you after the show.
No, there was a remix. Uh-oh.
Yes, you did. I didn't know either.
Getting paid over here, standing up on one leg, by the way, coffee in hand.
Remember, speaking of Sierra, remember when she came out and everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is what the game's been missing, and now. Okay, so anyway, Empire. Empire is this very popular show that I watch and Tygerlily. Molly, do you watch it?
A little bit.
I don't have time. And in episode 2 of the show, the youngest brother, Hakeem, who was played by Brashear Gray, is that how you say his name? Brashear?
I can't stand his character. I don't think he's a good actor, but carry on.
His name is.
Oh, I have something to say about that, too. But he went into a little drunken rant about Obama where he called him a sellout. And he went on to tinkle in the restaurant, in front of all the people there. And the situation caused Black Twitter and Black Facebook to get upset. And, people even began a little petition to have the show canceled. Taraji P. Henson, who plays Cookie Lion, recently released a statement over the weekend and said, I'm just proud that people are talking. Everybody doesn't like Barack Obama. People are out there saying that. That's what art is supposed to do. Expose this. We're dealing with subject matter that's not really dealt with. Art is supposed to challenge, start a conversation, so let's lift the carpet up and deal with this dirt. It's not like we bashed Barack Obama and the show went off. Terrence Howard's character, Lucius, jumped in on his son's character, and that's, what life is all about. So I'm glad you're mad. Do something about it. Go to the hood, talk to the kids so they don't do dumb things like that. And you know what? I totally agree with Taraji 100%. It's just the script. I don't know if it's because it was on Fox that made people mad or
probably
what it is. What do you think?
But it's the truth. I mean, it's the truth.
It is
Not
the truth.
every black person wants,
truth.
As a supporter of Barack Obama. I mean, and not even to throw our political statuses out there, but we do have a person on our team that's not even a Democrat. So I mean, it doesn't mean that every black person is supposed to. I mean, I don't even consider myself a Democrat anymore. I'm not a Republican, but I don't really care for either side, and I've spoken to you all about that before. But it's the truth. Not every black person has to agree with another black person. And it's just a show. It's not that serious. I mean, it probably did stem from the fact that the show is on Fox. But, I mean, that's
But who correlates, like, local Fox and, I don't know, who correlates Fox with Fox News? Like, I still feel like they are
I've never known anybody to do that, honestly. I think that everybody just gets upset about Fox News because of the content and the anchors, you know, that are on there. But
they're completely different. It's not like Fox itself, the network that Empire is on, is a conservative network. It's not. And they acted like they had a scene of someone throwing a shoe at Obama's head, like they did Bush. Or that rodeo clown, the Obama rodeo clown a couple years ago that was later investigated by the FBI, I believe. It's not that serious. It was a scene. So, whatever. I think next time they should try the shoe throwing and see how the ratings go after that, since people are all up in arms.
Maybe it would have been a good idea when Lucius called Barack on the phone, like in the show, that it was really Barack on there, so then everybody could feel better and not feel some kind of way.
Right.
I mean, the show has so many stars that are, you know, guest stars on here. I'm surprised they couldn't really get Barack.
Speaking of ratings for the show, do you want? Wait, did you say something else?
I said that Barack is too busy playing with his selfie stick.
Oh, yes. I need a selfie stick.
I think everyone should have one, honestly. Make it happen, Bonnie. Get us a selfie stick.
With our headsets.
With our headsets. Make it happen.
Is war on Bonnie today?
Make it a bundle. Speaking of Empire's ratings, the show just keeps... Okay, usually when a show premieres with a good amount of numbers, around the second, third episode, it starts to take a dip, and that basically sets it for, you know, the rest of the season or, you know, the life of the show. But Empire is working differently. Each episode has gotten more and more ratings since its premiere, and it premiered with like 10 million viewers, by the way. And this past week's episode hit 13 million viewers, and this is just episode 7. The show has also broken a 23-year record for a primetime scripted series that grew in total viewers over each of its first 5 episodes since at least 1991. Black excellence for Black History Month. Don't you guys agree, Tiger?
Sorry, I was having a blonde moment.
Come through.
It's just like my brain just like went away. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm having
it happens.
a moment.
Well, what about you, Bonnie? Since she said, well, we know you can't. But what do you have to say?
It happens every time.
Since she's having a moment.
Like
I'm sorry, I think
relate.
it's nail polish and acetone.
You all know I cannot cook. So, yes, I have a blonde moment every 3 times a day I go in the kitchen.
You're not the only one. Let's talk about not being able to cook. I can't even make toast properly. It doesn't come out right.
I had to remake my coffee this morning, if anyone saw on Facebook. And the first comment was, Vonnie, why don't you get a Keurig? I said, but I do. I have one.
And it still isn't
I ruined
working
coffee
out.
with a Keurig.
and it still isn't working yet. That is sad. That is so sad. I've never messed up coffee.
You're not supposed to co-sign.
Well, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry for co-signing.
What do I think? Empire's ratings, was that the question?
Yeah, like its ratings
I'm not the only one.
are going. The ratings are going for a show to do that. it's just.
Well, see, I don't really watch the show because, I mean, I can't really relate to ghetto. But as the former mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani, since he just called the president ghetto, apparently America likes ghetto right now.
Apparently.
Ghetto president, ghetto #1 show.
Listen, honey, that show is spectacular. I'm into that more than Scandal because I'm tired of Olivia Pope.
You know what? I am so tired of Olivia and Fix's relationship. This week I was just
determined to be a side chick.
This week's episode, the last 5 minutes? I'm just sitting here like, I can't take this.
Olivia Pope. I mean, they may as well rename the show Anglo-Saxon Peen because that's all it's about.
Come on, Anglo-Saxon.
Obsession and addiction to Anglo-Saxon Peen, and they need to go put her in one of those like basement trap doors that they lock people in until she gets over it, and then maybe coming from now.
Well, she was kidnapped for 4 episodes, so and so was terrorist.
And she was kidnapped, and if I recall correctly, I don't know if it was this season or another one, but. The last kidnapping I saw, she was kidnapped from the Anglo-Saxon Peen, and she was out there with her new addiction, the Dixiecrat Peen.
There wasn't a kidnapping.
One's no better than the other.
You know what? I'm Team Jake all the way. Anyway,
I am too.
I love Jake.
Jake from State Farm.
I know, right?
Dixiecrat Peen.
And J's and people whose name starts with J's and stuff. Y'all remember when Jermaine Dupri was dating Janet Jackson for like those 2 years or so, and everybody was wondering like, are they really together? How did someone like Jermaine Dupri pull Janet Jackson? Anyway, it's now being stated that it's now being stated that Jermaine Dupri is gearing up to release a book. And this one will be a tell-all about his relationship with Janet Jackson. This will be his second book because the first book he released was back in like 2008, and it's called Young, Rich, and Dangerous: The Making of a Music Mogul. And yeah, and that should be interesting. And I'm looking at it, seems that Jermaine and Janet were together for a long time. I didn't know they were together from 2001 to 2009. Did y'all know they were together that long?
How long were they together?
From 2001 to 2009. I thought that they were together from like 2004 to like 2006.
Oh, so we officially know what's wrong with her. What happened to her career?
Oh. You know what? You can't do that without. When you're an icon, and you know what I'm
on the year they got together. That year.
When you're an icon,
2001. He is a bad omen.
When you are an icon and you've done the things that Janet has done, you don't need to sell any more records, I feel. I just had this conversation with with a couple of people on Skype the other day when they were talking about, they brought up Madonna at the Grammy Awards. And I'm like, Madonna can do what she wants because she's done so much already. When you're an icon and you're a legend in the music industry, who cares about sales anymore? You're going to make all your money from the tours that are going to sell out anyway.
Okay, and what money is she making from flashing her pancake ass on the red carpet?
Actually, I have something to say about that. The reason that was done is because one of the people that were taking pictures, I don't want to call them paparazzi because they were obviously invited there to take pictures. They said something rude to her, and she reacted by doing that. And I say, way to go, Madonna.
I see. I've had many rude things said to me in public, but never once have I actually flashed to someone before because of it.
Do you see yourself doing that in the future?
I enjoyed it. I love Madonna. I don't think she can do any wrong.
Do you love Madonna? I didn't know that.
Yes, I love Madge. I sure do.
Yes. Are we going to move on to another?
That was awkward silence.
It wasn't awkward stop. This is why I'm asking. Are we going to move on to another subject? Someone
all I could think of as you two were talking about how much you love Madonna was that old whore. And I didn't want to say it, but it's there. That old slut. That's all I have.
You know, Vonnie, there's a word that's coming to my head for you. It rhymes with itch, stitch, and rich. Okay. So
it's the word of the day, people.
It is the word of the day.
Word of the day, people. It's bitch. Every time you hear it, take a shot.
Yep.
I was right.
Or take a sniff of your favorite nail polish.
I was had a drink right now.
Now, if you're going to say it, make sure that you say it with conviction. That's the only way to use the word bitch.
And bitch can be used in multiple ways. It can be a good thing or a bad thing. We've used it in about 4 different ways tonight before we even got on the show.
I think it transcends to multiple parts of speech as well.
Yes. So that's the word of the day. Put your kids away while we play this game.
I can't believe that you guys are literally sitting here like we're sitting in front of, like, I don't know, some Sesame Street characters, and we're really introducing the word of the day.
We need one every week, a word of the day.
Do we need one every week? You think
we do?
Okay, you know what? I am going to go and get me something to drink. You know what? That's all right. Don't worry about it. I'll pretend that I'm taking a shot every time the word of the day is mentioned tonight. Tygerlily has nail polish, so she's good to go. You have coffee.
China glaze. Yes.
I know that's right.
I'm about to post it on my Instagram.
I
know that's right.
Thursday, baby, bring it over here.
No, didn't Ludacris have a song called Money Maker too? I didn't like it.
No, it's the same song.
Oh, is it the same song? Oh.
No, he has a song called Money Maker with Pharrell.
That is the same song. Well,
no,
hey.
You were singing the Missy song.
Yes, I'm singing
There's
the Missy
a Ludacris song from his Release Therapy album, the Moneymaker song.
Oh, I don't know too much Ludacris other than, like, Bow them bows.
Move, bitch, get out the way. Let's take a shot for that.
Take a shot.
You want to know what's interesting about Rude? So, back when that song came out, me and my little cousins were singing it, and my aunt goes, "Is that a gospel song?" And I'm like,
"What song?"
No, it's not.
It's what a gospel song?
Because we were little and we couldn't say the bitch part. Just that nail polish girl. So
ding,
we were
ding,
like,
ding.
We were like, move,
get Satan, get out the way.
Get out the way. She was like,
get out the way. Right now.
Oh my God, that's what she thought. She really thought that, and I'm weak.
I'm over here shaking my fist too. Right now, Satan.
You better shake those dreads as well.
Shake those dreads like you make your own soap.
Oh my God! What if he listens to this and he hears that? I'm not gonna say his name because look, y'all go too far sometimes.
My name, say my name.
Come through, Kelly, because we know who Beyonce is.
Me.
Girl, please.
The hair.
Christian, the reformed Christian, Beyonce, who sings Precious Lord. When she showed up at the Grammys drunk the other week.
Listen. She sang that after the driver rolled up the partition before she got there.
She sat down at alcohol. Thinking about don't drop that out.
Drop it.
She had to drop it for that.
Oh my God, this is so unprofessional. Oh my God!
I had to drink on that. We didn't even use the B word.
This is worse than the Kanye episode.
touch on her Grammy performance, please? I'm sorry.
You can talk about it. I can't do it right now.
Oh, no.
So wait. Now, this is what happened with the Grammy. So I'm sitting here, and they're like, oh, Beyonce's going to be singing Lettucey's song. I'm like, what do you mean? She's going to be playing tribute to Lettucey or something? They're like, no, she took over Lettucey's song. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And the first thing that came to my head is Drunken Love. And I'm like, what? I'm sure Beyonce's been drinking tonight, so, like, why is she going to go up here and sing this song?
She's going to sing it with a red cup in her hand.
I know she was, too.
A solo cup and a selfie stick. But look, by the third syllable, I was on Twitter and I said, fail. But like syllable 5, I was like, what, is she drunk? Did she really show up drunk singing this completely unemotional, dry song? I saw all types of meme videos taking fun of her singing that. What was that? Like, that was absolutely awful and in complete
horrible
contrast of what she did last year. I mean, there were people who wrote the FCC saying that, you know, how would you like it if I went and stuck my bare ass in your child's face? Because that's what you did performing at 8 o'clock during a family hour.
But first of all, people cannot get, let me speak on it, because people cannot get mad at Beyonce for performing Drunken Love at the Grammys. The
Yes,
Grammys is a event that's basically for teenagers and adults.
And people who don't really care about music.
And, and for, people who like music. And if Beyonce released an album with no promotion a month before, and the lead single is just this big song that's everywhere, of course she's going to perform it. What did they expect?
She wasn't prepared last year, remember? Like it was a last-minute performance. Was that it, if I recall correctly?
I think it was something like it was last minute or something, and she was only added to the lineup like a day before or something like that. But it's still the principle of the situation. Like, okay, if Beyonce's going to perform, she's going to perform Drunken Love because that's what's out right now. Granted, to me, XO is the better song because I love that song. That is actually my favorite Beyonce song. But XO didn't get the recognition that it got because Drunken Love overshadowed it. And, of course, she's going to throw it together in a day. Why not go up there wet and sitting on a chair and having your butt to the people
looking like a
spinning
wet
around? Girl, that
sounds like 50 Shades of Grey.
Those memes.
Oh, speaking of 50 Shades of Grey. And people walking around in their panties and everything else and wetness. I saw it too.
I like it. Did you like it? I didn't read the book.
I liked the book more than I liked the movie. The movie wasn't horrible, and of course it would be downright porn if it, depicted everything from the book. But I didn't really, I don't know, it didn't really, there were parts of it that did do it for me in the beginning. But towards the maybe middle to end of the movie, I was just like, whatever. It's just I just didn't really care for it too much. Like I said, the first maybe 40 minutes were okay. But after the first sex scene, then it was over. We climaxed at that moment, and then we just stayed there. It just, we dropped right off the cliff after that.
You know what, that was the same thing my friend said. She was like, after that first sex scene, I was just I was over it. And I'm like, well, that's because you read the book. I always feel like people who read the books of, movies before they come out, they're always going to go in, slightly disappointed because, you're using your imagination when you're reading it. And, if it's not going to pan out on screen the way that you want it to, of course you're going to think that it wasn't that good.
Well, then, too, we've all watched porn and everything, so this comes as no surprise. It's really hard watching two skinny people have sex.
I have a video on pause right now. Talk to me.
Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan are not really, from what it's been put out, they're not really getting along. They don't like each other. And they're just, maybe they didn't like each other during the whole filming either, to where it just didn't do it for me. He didn't really do it for me as Christian Grey either. I had somebody else kind of in mind in my head. And that's the good thing about a book. And I was telling someone this the other night. When you read a book, you kind of make, like you're directing your own movie. You pick out who you want this person to be. And I think that that's what the problem was that a lot of people had that read the book is you get in there, and I heard a girl yell behind me, and she was just like, he's not who I wanted him to be. You know what I mean? Like, he's not doing it for me. And it just makes it hard when you do read the book. But at the same time, like I said, after the first sex scene, it just, dropped. It jumped the shark after that. It was not doing it for me at all. It was very boring. Even with all the whips and chains and ropes and stuff like that, there was really none of that. It just did not do it for me. It was like, okay, this is over. And did we really sit here for 2 hours during this? So I'll stick to the book. I don't think I will see the sequel.
Well, the original guy that was supposed to play Christian Grey, I cannot think of his name, but he was the star of Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
And I thought that he would have been a great choice. He's a very nice-looking guy. However, because of Sons of Anarchy, he had to drop out of the film. And one thing I can say about Jamie Dornan is that he looks so much better with his beard. Have you seen him with his beard?
No, but Charlie Hunnam, and I know I say his name
Is that
wrong.
Is that his name?
Yes. Listen, that man would, if he was that, it might have made every other scene, so much better. It's really a look, and it's like he has that, look where he can be an edgy businessman. You know what I mean? I just, oh my gosh, he's built. It's just, he has the full package, and the other guy just was not doing it for me. He came off very just, weird and random, and I just was not
I'm looking
at all.
I'm looking about that picture.
I love that package.
I've been looking at the picture of Charlie Hunnam. I can't say his name either. And
hold on. Was Eggplant Friday a part of that package?
It needs to be.
I'll just take, I'll even be happy with upper body for right now.
It wasn't. I want to see you guys a picture of Charlie. You
don't need to send me a picture. I know.
No, you want to see this picture.
I've probably seen it. I've seen one with him in his undies, and it was just whew, that might be Eggplant Friday material.
I know that's right.
Hey, hold on. This is the reason why you weren't into the movie. I am convinced that 50 Shades of Grey is a film and a book that was designed for middle-aged women who are out of their battery supplies or out of
It is.
Who the hell are you calling middle age?
I said that's who it's designed for, and that's the reason why you didn't like the film, because it was not designed for you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Well, still, middle-aged women would rather see Charlie.
I know that's right.
No middle-aged woman wants to look at a guy that looks like he just graduated from college. I want a man that looks like he just rose from under an oil trap car.
Well, yes, Lord. The author of 50 Shades
a guy who just
Grey
left college
is a middle-aged woman, so it does make sense.
I thought that I would throw that out there, to the folk out there in our viewing land. The media mogul is single, and yes, he will take someone out of college, or maybe even someone who just came from under an oily car. I don't know.
Oh, I love it. Whoa. What about an 18-year-old senior who just graduated from high school? I don't want no parts of no young man, but there's a lady that wants no parts, period, except for to masturbate during 50 Shades of Grey, because a woman in Mexico And I think that this has happened in other places too, but so far the newest story is there was a 33-year-old woman watching 50 Shades of Grey in the theater and was caught masturbating during it.
Mm.
So, and listen, she had handcuffs. She brought her own handcuffs to the theater. Okay, this woman brought handcuffs to the theater.
She was ready.
They said secured herself a prime seat in the 12th row of the theater. Secured herself, more than likely, with the handcuffs. And this is from the Daily Mail, by the way. And so it says the woman had gone to see the film 2 days after its release on Valentine's Day. Police arrived at the cinema and arrested her for public indecency. Handcuffs were snapped on her wrist and she was removed from the premises. Although the woman might disagree, the film has received mixed reviews from critics. So yes, it's like that meme. Have you guys seen the meme with the dildos in all of the theater seats and it said all of the women going to see 50 Shades of Grey?
I haven't seen all that now.
No, I haven't.
You have not seen that meme?
I have not seen that meme. I
haven't seen it either.
I had to wipe that out of
let
my
me tell
memory.
it to you. Hold on a minute.
Who said I wanted to see it? Oh, well, listen. I'm just going to be the devil's advocate here. I can't think of any better way to spend Valentine's Day single than strapped to
there were
a chair.
There.
Movie theater. Sitting in your own ejaculate.
This show is all over the
man.
place.
Sitting in other people, too, more than likely. You know what happens in the movie theater. She just made it happen by herself.
By herself. Wait a minute, Tiger.
That was a Pussycat Dolls song. I don't need a man.
Are you telling me that you've done?
Do you remember that song?
In the
Listen.
I have that album. Are you telling me that you've done something in the movie theater?
I've never done that in the theater.
Play around.
But I would tell you this: she would have been better off just doing some Kegel exercises with some Benoit balls instead of handcuffing herself to the theater seat and making a fool of herself.
Or get one of those balls Candy Burris has. Just go up in there with those with the balls inside of you with a remote control.
Speaking of candy, by the way, and I know I'm like the reality show queen, even though I'm like slowly removing them from my TV lineup, but I feel that I have to watch them to report such things like this for you guys. How do you have bedroom candy and nothing's going on in the bedroom of candy? Bonnie, I know that you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta like I do, and tonight's episode, I watched the preview for it earlier, and, she's talking, because on the last show, last week, she was talking to her friend Carmen about how her and Todd have not been really having sex and everything like that, and she's like, how can we even try to practice for a baby if we're not practicing? And so now she's like, her and Todd are kind of addressing it, and they're going to seek counseling. Didn't they just get married last week? Not last week, but you know what I mean? Like,
who got married?
There is such thing as a honeymoon phase, and the honeymoon phase is something like 6 months to a year. Year's kind of soon, to be honest, to not be having sex, and then for money to be one of the main issues in many relationships. For you to not be having money problems and you're not sleeping together, what is the problem? I mean, unless it has to do with the schedule, and I know that he's bicoastal, and I believe.
Well, he admitted to wanting to stay out in L.A., and he didn't even care that she wanted him back in Atlanta, which he would choose Atlanta over L.A. But anyway,
I don't know how I feel about your significant other or your husband. Or a partner, whatever, voluntarily staying out of town an extra day after you leave to come back.
No, it wasn't even an extra day. It was like a week or so.
Okay.
I just remember he wanted no parts of her.
I mean, she mentioned an instance of a day, but even for that, I don't understand. Your wife, any normal relationship, your husband or especially the wife. When the wife says it's time to go, hey, it's time to go. The husband always jumps to. So, I mean, if ever there was proof that he was an opportunist, I would think that that's it. I mean, it's like he's, getting some notches on his resume, and he's acting like a brand new person. The least you can do is keep the same travel schedule as your wife.
Well, I think that...
I know that it's wrong, but hey, I don't know. Go schedule a meeting and do your dirt then. Don't be obvious. Don't be obvious. Have a 3-hour meeting across town by yourself and your other woman. Go be with your bitch. Now, Tiger.
Let's sip on that. Well, I just think that Candy is pushing him away because of the issues with her family. She does not stand up for her relationship. And she also doesn't stand up when her child, gets out of line either. And I feel like Candy just needs to quit being such a softie and stand up for what's right and what's, and discuss the things that are wrong. And I think that she's going to push him away because she's, she doesn't know what she's doing in a relationship. She doesn't know how to be a wife. And I just think it's so ironic that you'd have a bedroom candy line and have candy code at night, and you're not getting anything. I don't want to hear about what gets you off if you're not really getting off. I want to look at a relationship where somebody's getting it every 5 minutes.
I know that's right.
Well, look, if you really want to be an
opportunist... That's what type of girl I am.
Look, Todd needs some pointers. Dude, if you really want to be an opportunist, get the woman pregnant. To have 18 years on paper.
He's not an opportunist. He may not want a kid with her. I mean, I can tell that he doesn't agree with a lot of her parental, things, the way that she raises her child, which another thing is,
I'm saying opportunist isn't, if it's money and fame or whatnot that he wants, I can't think of...
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think he does, because if he did, I'm sure he would have thought of that, let me hurry up and get this bitch pregnant. Sip on that.
Drink. Coffee's almost done.
So I don't think that he's an opportunist. I just think that she's pushing him away. Her family is pushing him away, her child included. I just, Candy just seems like she's meant to be by herself or living with her mother on her own money.
Okay, and it can be just like her mother. Say, 2 bitches shaking damn fingers. She can call me
with the old lady gang.
I'm going to call her a bitch and shake my finger. We just bitches shaking damn fingers. And that's what her and her mother are going to be. Twirl on that.
Twirl. I can't wait for 8 o'clock to see Miss Twirl give it to Miss Park.
Is it on tonight?
Yes, it should be, because they did the preview of it today.
Oh, bless the Lord. Bless the Lord.
I can't believe you just said bless the Lord for us watching Ratchet TV.
Ratchet television. And I'm
I'm a church kid. I grew up in church.
I'm not putting my reality TV on the Lord, because he knows that I need to be delivered from it.
Okay. Delivered
from it.
Do we have time?
I don't like reality TV no more. I am delivered.
Do we have time for one more topic?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Ching, getting paid over here.
Amber Rose and Khloe Kardashian got into this major Twitter feud earlier this week. It basically all came from Tyga and Kylie dating, which we all know they're dating. Everyone knows that. But however, they keep denying it. And, Amber Rose is friends with Black China, who is Tyga's baby's mom. And she basically said, Kylie's a baby. She needs to go to bed at 7 o'clock and relax. Tyga should be ashamed of himself. He has a beautiful woman and baby and left that for a 16-year-old who just turned 17. And if that hasn't made things worse, Kanye appeared on The Breakfast Club this weekend, and not only did he speak about Tyga and Kylie's relationship, he also dissed Amber Rose. He said that Amber Rose was soaking in a moment, and that if Kim would have dated him when he wanted her to, that we wouldn't know Amber Rose. He he also said that he had to take 30 showers to wash off Amber Rose before Kim would even officially date him. And
didn't Ray J piss on Kim Kardashian in that video? I can't remember because it's been a long time since I seen it. It was that boring.
And
her part.
And about Tyga and Kylie's relationship, he said, "I think he got in early and he was smart."
Mhm.
So you know what?
And your stupid ass just probably got him in trouble for basically confirming what everybody knew. And then did you see that Tyga posted that picture of Kylie and called her beautiful and all this and that, and it was so sentimental. And I'm like, what grown-ass man? Like, he's 25, right? That's almost
He is 25.
30. Okay, that's almost 30. What almost 30-year-old guy is writing this to a 17-year-old? And, yes, I know that people have, relationships with people that are older than them. I understand that, but she's not, wait for her to turn 18. Now, when she turns 18, it's nobody's business. But basically, while she's 17, I don't think it's appropriate because who knows how long this relationship has gone on. How do you just go from, well, I guess it is possible going from stripper to child. Like, it just seems like he has an issue to me. And speaking of his baby's mom, she was just in a video,
How do you compare a 17-year-old to a stock, basically, getting in early? This is not Google stock. This is not E-Trade.
Right.
That is totally inappropriate.
It is inappropriate, and you guys know that I used to take up for Kanye all of the time. I love Kanye, and I probably said it on a show recently. But after his claims, and then trying to say that Kim and Beyonce love each other and that Kim actually has a picture in the studio of Kim Kardashian and uses inspiration. I'm like, bitch, what? Like, get out of here. Like, there is no way in hell that I can picture Beyonce staring at a picture of Kim Kardashian like, I am inspired by this hoe.
Wait a minute. Whose picture up again? Because
Kanye said that Beyonce keeps a picture of Kim Kardashian up while she's recording music so that because it inspires her to write about, women that are making it or whatever, and that Kim plays 7-Eleven basically for Northwest. Like, 7-Eleven's not a great song. It's not like, this is an amazing song, I got to play this for my child. Like, it's a song. Kanye's just talking out the side of his neck.
I can't even think of any type of motivation for that. Now, I could see Kim Kardashian having Beyonce up on her wall, which she probably does, and she probably
throws daggers at.
Exactly, throws darts at the picture. But Beyonce with Kim K up there, I don't think so. Sarah Vaughan, maybe so. Kim Kardashian, no.
Well, you know what?
I want to see this picture.
What's up, Teon?
It's probably a piece of plastic on the wall that represents Kim Kardashian because the bitch is so plastic. Drinks ready?
When I want somebody to ride for me the way that Kanye rides for Beyonce. I think that their relationship is absolutely amazing. You know what? I don't even see Kanye. Kanye doesn't really defend Kim like he defends Beyonce, and I don't understand that.
I think he only did because everybody said that he wouldn't defend her. I think that Kim probably saw that and made him get on there and defend her because he's never done that before.
That's because, as I said, Beyonce has a strong gay fan base, which explains Kanye's strong defense of her.
Mm. Well,
what are you trying to say about Kanye?
Are
you insinuating some things about Kanye, Mr. Brustow?
I said during our last episode that Kim Kardashian said the next time that she is pregnant, she intends on having her husband style her. If that is not gay, I don't know what is.
There's a guy that I would let style me because I want to wear what,
Who wants their husband to style
well, you know
them?
what? I don't think that it's bad that Kanye styles Kim. Granted,
she kind of needed it though.
I will say, granted, I do feel like she's gotten better as far as fashion goes, with Kanye styling her and with Kanye influencing her.
Trying
I don't see
her
a problem
his
like
idol.
that. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, look at all the straight fashion designers who, you know, design things for their wives and style them. I don't think that that's a bad thing.
I would appreciate, you know, I would love having that time to spend with my, you know, significant other and have him say, this is what I want to see you in, babe. Like, because it means that he, you know, it doesn't mean that he has to do my, like how Kanye did, where he, like, took over her whole wardrobe and, like, threw stuff out. Like, not
right.
Like that. Not like that, to where he's changing me. But every now and then, I would like a Jada Pinkett and Will Smith type of thing where we're coordinating with each other and we're agreeing on it and we look great and like we're happy. Like,
great.
I would take that. Yeah.
Like another gay husband. That's not a good example.
Like David Beckham and Tosh Spears.
Oh, yes.
That is a perfect example. You can't say anything about them. Don't even mention anything about Queen Victoria Beckham. I mean, but, you know, me and Rick do things like that with each other all the time.
Leon, how does David know if Victoria likes her outfits when she's wearing 6 gallons of Botox?
You know, I knew it was coming.
Like, does she have to, like, nod her entire head? Can her neck move? Is that, like, do they Botox neck muscles too?
There might be a string that he can pull from the top of her head to nod her head down, like, yes or no. I love Tosh, though.
You know what?
Remember when they
actually not my favorite.
During the reunion, her mic was off.
Are you talking about the Nancy?
The Spice Girls reunion, and she went to say something and nobody could hear her.
Like, you're supposed to be seen, not heard.
I don't remember where that was, but that was a couple years ago.
I think that was at the Spice Girls reunion during the Olympics when they performed. Her mic really wasn't that high. It's like how Beyonce did Michelle at the Super Bowl.
Poor Michelle.
Somebody should have turned Beyonce's mic off at the Grammys.
Let's not do Beyonce.
Hey, back to the drama really quick. I did receive an update like when I was on Instagram earlier. There's this video, and I don't know how recent the video is, but with all the Amber Rose, Khloe Kardashian back and forth, and then Wiz jumping in, and I think, you know, some other people, there's a video that I saw on Instagram a couple of hours ago that showed Black China in the studio with French Montana, and they look kind of cozy, but I can't say 100%, but it's just kind of funny that they're in the studio together. Yeah. You know, we know that she's not making any music, and if she is, it's just funny that she would be with French Montana, who was Khloe Kardashian's, like, on and off the jump off.
And, well, you know, Khloe stole French from Trina, and Trina used to be friends with Kim. You know what? I just think all of this is a big mess.
It's a big mess, and Kim stole Kanye from Amber Rose.
It's true. Kardashians are taking everybody.
They are real bitches. Like, I have no respect for them. Meanwhile, Courtney is still with Scott.
Was that the B word again? I am all out of coffee. Let me head back to the kitchen.
You better go to that kitchen and make you another French pie. Speaking of Amber and, you know, boyfriends and things, something happened today. I think it's Bash's first birthday or second birthday or something.
Second birthday?
Yesterday.
And he was supposed to go to, that was yesterday. And Amber didn't take him to his birthday party that Wiz threw for him. I haven't read too much about it. I just heard about it, you know, from.
Well, it was very. He had some depressing things to say.
Do you guys? Oh, what did he say? I'm gonna say, you know, do you guys have?
He tweeted the whole thing. And I was.
He tweeted a short story. Like, he went on a 30-tweet rant. Really?
It's funny because this week he tried to call Amber Rose an unfit parent or whatever. But he seems like he's not stable either. He called her unfit because of her going back and forth with Khloe. But meanwhile, why would she bring her son into that after you call the mother of your child unfit and everything, then you expect her to just like let me go into this little birthday party that he's having, for our kid. He's definitely unstable. So here's what it is, and this came from the website of B. Scott, and he posted pictures, and it was like he had the whole little area decorated with all these gifts and happy birthday and little Diego character or whatever. And it says, only thing missing was Bash. Then he has another one, and it's a picture of the birthday cake. And it's like, let's all cut this for my boogie boo. But I'm like, there's no kids, there's no other parents, so it's not like there were a whole bunch of other people there in these pictures that I can see. This looks like a lonely-ass party that only Wiz attended. It doesn't look like anybody else knew about it. But it was so depressing, and he was like, we're about to party super hard for my young prince. Nobody's there.
Well, he should have thought about it before he smashed those twins inside of his ex-wife.
Well, yes, that's another thing. Like, he goes into all of these different tweets, which I'm not going to read all of them. However, he was like, he did put out a tweet that basically said he's never cheated on Amber. He said, anyone who really knows me knows that I never cheated on Amber. He said, I always kept my views on family and stability clear and stood by them just as I do anything else I feel strongly about. I feel like it's my responsibility to make sure you have the truth and aren't misguided. Let's see.
Now, if he never cheated, what do you call that photo shoot that he did with that porn star? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That didn't look like art to me.
Listen, he posted a selfie of himself looking like somebody's mom that's been on crack since the 80s and got clean. He posted a picture of himself, and he's, like, standing up for all the fathers who need, deserve, or can't find help. Like he's being physically abused, and we need to make a Lifetime movie about it.
Yeah, he kept talking about how he's like, I just don't know what else to do.
Get yourself together. He makes smoking weed look bad. I mean, honestly.
But,
like, he makes it look like
honestly,
it's the worst thing in the world.
What I have to say about the Amber Rose and Wiz thing is that I don't think a woman will lie about getting cheated on by her husband. And during her Breakfast Club interview, Amber stated that this isn't the first time this has happened. There's only everybody has their breaking point, and there's only a certain amount of times that, something like this could happen. And she stated
most
that
people don't immediately divorce after one time of cheating.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, it's usually a repeated pattern.
And she also said that even after she filed, she waited for him to come home, and he never showed up. So something must have happened on Wiz's part for all of this to be, going on between them. Also, you guys are talking about him smoking weed and looking like someone on Lifetime. What I have to say about that is, I don't think it's fair for Wiz to call Amber an unfit mother when,
the only thing
like you guys stated, that, he, with the weed and having all these women, and I mean, he took Bash to the Grammys 2 weeks ago, for crying out loud. And God only knows what else took place, before the red carpet and after the event and before he went to any of the after parties or what have you.
Well, let's hope he didn't bring the child inside of one of his special parties.
I don't know. I feel like as far as parents, Amber is the more fit one. Granted, she went in, she started a little Twitter war or what have you, but I only see that as Amber defending her friend. I don't see that as, her starting mess or anything. My thing is, this is stuff that everybody else is saying. Other media outlets are reporting it. Kim herself and Chloe have spoken out against Kendall's, relationship with Tiger. So why is it that when Amber has something to say, it's this big, big problem?
Hey, she's...
Because have you noticed Khloe never seems to agree with the things that other people do in the family?
That's because she's O.J. Simpson's daughter. That's why.
Just because what?
Because what?
She's O.J. Simpson's daughter, and she's biologically...
Oh, yes.
When Amber said that, a couple of people on Twitter said, "Oh, you have the wrong person." And I was like, wait. Oh, no,
you thought that she was talking about Robert Kardashian?
I think y'all are not catching that shade. Oh, my God. I was living for
Wait a minute, she has that big linebacker, Chewbacca body build.
I think Khloe's pretty. That's just me. She's actually
she's pretty now. Do we remember the 2007 Khloe? Or what about the 2004 Kim Kardashian? When Kim used...
Oh, God. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
She had the whole rap thing going on back then.
You know what? I'm not going to do this. I always think that Khloe was pretty. She is my second favorite Kardashian.
I like
my first is Brody. My first is Brody.
Well, he's not a Kardashian.
He's a part of that clan.
I don't think he wants to be.
Well, he's not anymore. I mean, apparently his dad is divorcing Chris, and I'm all for it. Brody used to let Chris
he's divorcing her and
I used
marrying
to love for
the guy, probably.
Brody. I loved when Brody appeared on screen because I knew that at some point during the episode that he was going to let Chris have it, and that's just the way that it was going to be. Because he calls her out on her BS all of the time, and I loved it. You go, Brody, you go.
This woman is 60 years old, walking around in see-through pants.
She's not 60. She's like 50. She's like 53 or something like that. She's not 60 yet. And you know what? I didn't see a problem with her walking around with those pants. I actually liked it. I did see the picture. I actually liked it.
I think that when Beyonce becomes dressed, it was fashion, her age range.
I feel like as far as fashion goes, as far as adults, when you're an adult, you're an adult. If it's something that you want to wear, wear it. I don't think that your age should have anything to do with what you're wearing. Now, as far as kids, like what Kanye and Kim are doing to the North, these fur coats and the stuff that they put her in. I'm like, she's 2 years old. Get her a cute little dress and some of those white Walmart shoes that everybody had, and call it a day. I don't think that she should be wearing all of this stuff. Kim and Kanye are dressing her older than she's supposed to be.
Little JaVonni Ramsey.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I like her clothes, but not all of the time. Sometimes she needs to be a child.
Say that again, Tiger.
I feel like sometimes she does need to be a child, but I do like her little fur coat and everything, but not all of the time. I mean, she's not a doll baby. She is a child. She needs to be running around and playing and everything.
Right.
But, what was I going to say? Speaking of them, did you guys see they were in a car accident over the weekend? They're out.
Were they in a car accident?
Yes. Kim, Khloe, who else was in the car? Hold on a second. I think I have it.
North needs a straight man in her life. That's what the problem is.
She has a straight man in her life.
Listen, okay.
She needs a straight man in her life, or at least a top.
Oh, my God.
It was Khloe, Kim, and Kylie on the road. They were out in Montana, I believe, skiing, and Khloe hit some black ice, and the car went down in a ditch. The funny thing is, all of the comments that I read were like, oh, my God, I hope that Northwest is okay, and that's the rest of those bitches and all this. I was like, oh, my God, like, that's terrible, you know, like, either way, you know, they all could have been
got my coffee.
Did you just get your coffee? Well, take a sip.
I just got my coffee.
Yes.
Take a shot.
But, yeah, they were in a car accident because of the icy road. So some people were trying to say that it was karma, which I think is terrible because there was a child involved. You know what I mean? So people are like, that's karma for you coming after Amber Rose or whatever. And I'm like, at the end of the day, people, they are human, and you would not want to wish, death or anything like that on them.
I agree.
And you know what,
because
honestly,
if something did happen to Kim, yeah, you're, like, wishing the baby well, but what if her mom did die? You know what I mean? Like, that's terrible. So that's where I do draw the line. It was funny when I saw people saying, thank God that Norm's okay. But in reality, if something did really happen, that would be, it's crazy that these fans can go that far and people can be that mean, And having an opinion is different than being mean.
It goes to show how insignificant Kim is in the larger scale of things. She can't have a show by herself. It takes the entire family to be interesting. I mean, she is basically a bystander on her own show. She is there in both times.
She really is. Kim, I actually do find Kim.
I
like
for the
Kim.
child too.
No lie. I like Kim Kardashian. However, when you put her with the rest of the family, it's like she's just she's way down there for me. Like I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's Kim. Oh, Kim's on the screen again.
Every episode, it's like, give me my BlackBerry, give me my laptop, give me my ass shots.
Right.
She's a big baby.
Why did you wear my dress? My stylist put the entire week together. Why do you have my purse? Where's my purse? I need my laptop. And what about all those epic memes of her crying?
That's what she does.
iPhone cases of her crying.
Oh my God, I quit.
That's like Oprah says, the ugly cry.
I feel like, back to, what everybody was saying about Khloe attacking Amber. I don't see that as a bad thing. I don't actually really see it as Khloe attacking Amber. I see that as Khloe defending her sister, which is something that, anybody would do. If it was Rob that would have came out and said, if it was not that sister, the Kylie one. Not
she's going in that direction, so she may as well get used to it.
She's a child. Don't talk about her like this. She's
not a child. If she wants to sleep with a grown-ass man, then she's going to be treated like an adult.
Yes. Then you be treated like the bitch you want to be.
Treated like a child then.
Treated like the bitch you want to be. Get your drinks ready.
That's right.
Come on,
well,
the
is
bitch
it time
you want
to wrap up, guys?
I think it is time to wrap up. I think we've been over 45 minutes.
Way past time to wrap up.
Was a mess. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. This show was all over the place. But you know what? I love it. I love it. It was so unstructured, so random, so out of place, and I loved it. I loved it tonight. It was long overdue. We haven't recorded in 3 weeks. I think that this was great. This was wonderful. I'm happy. I'm a happy person tonight.
Well, this will be edited out.
I don't think it's going to be edited out. Don't edit it. Leave it in. Make it happen. Show us the real. I'm a happy bitch.
Oh, my God. It sounds like somebody's trying to snatch themselves a baller tonight. Don't take it out. Leave it in.
Why get a baller when you can get a hustler, which is what I have? Let's talk about Valentine's Day before we end. Valentine's Day was so good to me.
Well, let's just end first and then talk about Valentine's.
No, I wanted to be on the show.
I don't care for Valentine's Day right now.
I love my Valentine's Day. I got some roses and some chocolate-covered Oreos. My baby was really nice to me. Even though we've been fighting a lot. It just shows that love conquers all. That's all I want to say.
Okay, and Teon, hey, hold on. Before we go, I have an announcement tonight. Tonight's show is brought to you by VM3 Media for all of your communications and marketing needs. All right? I kept it short and sweet. You can have it, Teon.
I like that. Okay, well, thank you guys for coming on tonight, even though we could have did this days ago. Tygerlily, thank you for joining.
Mm-hmm.
Vonnie, thank you for joining.
Ching, ching, getting paid over here. Ching,
Still
ching.
getting paid.
Yeah.
Well, this is
You're welcome.
Teonny Spears signing out.